Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. This week has absolutely flown by, and to be honest, I'm not sure that there's a ton to share with you. So we'll see how we go. I might surprise myself. So it has been a week of really cool, cold, even foggy nights. And then the fog has stayed until around midday. And then up until today, then it's kind of been blue sky and sunny in the afternoon, even to the point of being warm, but then quickly turning cold again. Today is rainy and grey. And I decided to wear a beanie, not necessarily from a cold point of view. It's not super cold, but I think my hair needs a bit of a wash. So it's not. There's a good thing about winter that you can throw on a beanie and disguise the fact that you need to wash your hair. This is the Graham beanie by Jennifer Adams, and I used the pink is a Melbourne City Dye Works in the Shock Me colorway, and the teal blue through it is from Wagtail Yarns, and it is called Varteal or Varteal Awkward. The details will be below. But it's a really soft and comfortable hat. I combined the two together in some sections, stranding one of each color, and in other sections, I did just two strands of the individual color, and I really like how the patterning turned out. This past week, there have been quite a lot of planned burns. So, because it's been so still, which is obviously ideal for that kind of an event happening, it has meant that the smoke has stayed down, and with the fog coming in at night, it kind of combines with the fog and you end up with this haze. So even though the days have cleared to be quite sunny in the afternoon and the sun is able to sort of like burn through the fog and then through the smoke, back in the evenings as the sun's setting, we end up with some really, really pretty sunsets because it kind of mixes with the smoke and the fog that's coming in. So yeah, there's been quite a lot of burns planned to be able to clear undergrowth so that hopefully next summer there are not large bushfires. It's something that happens every year. Councils and forestry combine together with the CFA to run burns across the council area to try and clear undergrowth. And there's been a lot of smoke in the air the past few days. Today with the rain, that has all been cleared away. So it's nice to sort of have that little break, have some good rain. It's been, last night was quite heavy and it's come through again this afternoon. Then hopefully we get a little bit of sun on the weekend so that I can continue to get my yarn dry. I am still kind of finding my feet in getting into a routine with working in the office 5 days a week. But I did manage to get myself out for a walk one of these really beautiful sunny afternoons, which was really nice. I went down across into the bush for a little bit of an afternoon stroll. Saw lots of kangaroos, and it was just a really pretty afternoon to spend outside. The rest of the time in the afternoons, I've been coming over here to the shed when I get home, and I've been rewinding yarn, which I'll show you in a minute, and getting myself ready for markets by planning ahead and figuring out when I'm going to do more dyeing and what I'm going to be dyeing up. So just sort of short little bursts in the afternoons. And while the sun's still been out and it's been warm during the day here, it's been quite pleasant to be over here in the afternoons. But as soon as that sun goes down, it gets cold really quick and it's time to head back to the house. I've got a few things I can show you that I've dyed up and reskeined or almost finished reskeining in the past week. I did some tendril 4-ply yarn, which is an alpaca merino nylon in aqua and also in smoke. So those will be at the market in Coburg. I've also done smoke on DK as well. And I've done olive on DK, which still needs to be reskeined, as well as some gumball machine, which I haven't dyed up for a while. So these yarns will not be listed on my website. They will all be coming with me to the Victorian Knitters and Crocheters Guild, which is the market at the Coburg Town Hall, or Merribeck as it's known. I'll put the details. You can find the link to my events and workshops below. And that will be my next market, and I'm really looking forward to that one. It's a 2-day market, so I have to make sure I have plenty of stock, and that's why I'm doing quite a lot of planning and dyeing at the moment. I've got more soaking now, and that will be sock yarn, and I need to get that done and dry, and that might be about it. I've been holding back some stock from not taking to previous markets, so I feel like I've built up enough that I hopefully will have enough for a 2-day market, and then 4 more moving forward. Because I mean, what are we like? It's like almost the middle of May now. So really, it's only a few weeks until that big market is on us. I also have prepared some Wonka mini skein sets. I haven't had those available at my stall for quite a while, so I'm excited to be able to have those. So there'll be some My Country mini skein sets and some Wonka mini skein sets. And I've had an idea of how to display my mini skeins at markets. I just need to go to the shops and see if I can find what I've got in my head as the idea. So hopefully that will work out, and I will be able to display them a little bit better. I've had them sort of sitting flat on the table or on top of a display, and they get a little bit lost. So I need to sort of make sure that they look much nicer. Last week, when I talked about the All About Fibre and Yarn market that I went to in Warragul, I totally forgot to tell you what I bought for myself. So I showed you the pattern that I was gifted from Susan of Susan Distal Designs, and I've been working on that. I will show you where I'm up to with the mitts shortly. But I also bought something, and I totally forgot to show you. So what I got was a beautiful, big, soft bump of dark chocolate fibre from Windara Black Sheep, and that's the card there. So it's 500 grams, and I am really excited about being able to spin this up at some point. I haven't done a whole lot of spinning lately, but it's nice to have this little soft bump to cuddle. And to support Belinda, because she's a lovely stall holder. She was my next door neighbour at the Birregurra market, and then we were directly opposite each other at the Warragul market, and so I had eyed this off for most of the day, and then at the end I went over and decided that I just had to get it. Speaking of spinning, and this happened quite a while ago, I totally forgot to show you the yarn that I have plied. So I've still got it on the bobbin. I need to actually wind it off and wash it and get it ready to actually use and knit with. So I got a full bobbin and just a little bit on a second one. So it was I'll have to go back and look. I don't even remember. I think the grey was called Swordbringer from Wire and Things. I think that's the name. And the yellow is was a sunsetty kind of colour, and I don't remember who that was from. I'm sure I have the details somewhere. So I've got quite a lot there, and I think it's going to make a lovely product. It's really quite soft, and I just did it as a 2-ply, just one of each strand of the colour, and I really like how it's turned out. So when this is yarn, actually off the bobbins, I will show you again. But yeah, I kept forgetting, and now I haven't started anything else. But yeah, I was happy to have finished this. It just kept slipping my mind to bring it over and show you. All right, and now to my very small amount of knitting. So as I said, I started the Blockchain Mitts by Susan Distal. I haven't actually been working on these for very long. I've only done this over 2 nights, and literally just for a little while I warm up and get into bed. So I've already done the full cuff, and I've just started into the thumb gusset increases. So that's how it's looking so far. The pattern looks really good. You can see the slip stitches up here and the texture through here. And I'm liking how the little pops of pink are coming through. I think it will be fun in a really crazy variegated as well. So I think I'll be making more than one pair of these. but I'm looking forward to getting this first pair done, and they're not going to take me long. Now, the pattern is really fabulous. So last week when I talked about it, I hadn't really looked at, I just had gotten it and hadn't really looked at it, but it has a sheet where it actually keeps track of the repeat and the increase round of the gusset at the same time, and you can tick it off as you go. And then you've got one for your first mitt and one for your second mitt. So this is really great, and much better than having like the pattern bit up in one spot and the increases down somewhere else and the whole at the same time kind of thing. It's very clear what you need to do and when you need to do it. So if you're a bit unsure about having to do the increases for a thumb or to do mitts, I think this is a really great pattern to try. So I should have quite a bit more progress on these to show you next week. The other thing that I have done some more work on this week is the Mosaica shawl. It's getting quite large now. So I am almost through the second of this panel. So it's now up here. And as you can see, those rows are getting really, really long. So I'm not getting too many done in an evening when I get to this. That's why the blockchain mitts have been such a little like refresh, because I feel like I've made a ton of progress on these, and just in like a couple of evenings, where in a couple of evenings I might get like 2 or 3 rows done on the shawl. So this is out of the Potion by Owl of Athena. The white speckle is Tea in the Garden by the Yarn Trader, and the grey in there is by Bomb Yarns, and that's a one of a kind colorway. So yeah, I haven't had a lot of knitting and not a lot of different things to share, but I am enjoying what I'm doing at the moment, and it's just that nice little thing that I do in the evenings to unwind before I go to bed. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.